Hi guys, so this is the tutorial video for number 7 and number 8 for flutes. So we have a new note, F, A, C, E, and you'll notice it's in our C space. This is one of my favorite notes, but this is a note where if your hand position is not correct, it's going to feel very wobbly, okay? So if you look at our fingering chart, you'll notice there's no thumb. The only thing holding the flute is your chin. Your pinky is pushing down here on the pinky key. Your first finger is pushing here, but there's no thumb. Now the reason this works is because our first finger is holding the flute like this. Okay? When our flute is up here, our top hand is rocking into the flute. It's giving it a little hug. Our bottom hand is pushing forward. This push and pull pivots the flute and rests it right into my face. So that even if I'm not holding onto the flute, look, no hands. I'm not touching anything. All I'm doing is I'm using my first finger and my pinky. And this actually does feel a little scary. So I'm going to put my fingers back into a good position. My thumb down here is just nice and straight. It's just a shelf. My first finger is rocking here. And it's the only one pushing down. So let's try our C together. Pinky, first finger, nothing else, no thumb. All right, I like that one. Let's do it again. I'm using a tuner, so I'm watching it to see if I'm in tune. All right, so let's play. Let's turn our metronome on. Remember, there are 4 beat notes. Okay. Set your fingers. First finger, pinky, no thumb. Now keep your fingers close. All right. Your thumb should not go anywhere but floating right above. I'm even still touching it. I'm just not pushing it. Okay. Your thumb stays right here. It does not go anywhere else. It's floating. Okay. 1 and 2 and set and. That's number 7. Now let's look at number 8. Number 8 uses every note we've done so far. So we have a C for the whole first measure. C, 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 and then it moves up to D. Then we have our 3 rests. And then over here, we start all the way back up on our F. And we have a whole measure of F. And then one note of E flat. Please do not say EB, E flat. So let's look at the notes we have. We have C, where we are hugging our flute, pushing down with our first finger, using our pinky, no thumb. Remember, your thumb is staying right here. We're not holding it with anything. We have a D, which is minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no pinky. And going from C to D is going to need some practice. I call these flip-flops, and all flute players, you guys need to do flip-flops every day between C, D. Now here's a cool trick. C and D are opposites. When I'm playing C, the 2 things that are pushing, my first finger and my pinky, are the only 2 that are going to float. Everything that is floating is going to plop. Plop. Now I have D. Now guess what? These two that float are my C fingers. So all I have to do is reverse. What is floating comes down. And what was down is now floating. And now I go back to C. How do I go, or D? How do I go back to D? Well, everything that is up comes down. Everything that was down comes up. And we're going to practice that flip-flop. Now, at first, you're going to be like, "What? Too fast." So let's go through slowly. Here's our C. What is pushing? Floats. All right, now there's D. Now let's go back to C. What is floating? Pushes. Okay. Now again, I'm exaggerating. We're going to keep our fingers really close because if I'm doing C, D with little horns up here, ooh, that hurts my wrist. Oh, that's going to be hard. I like to be lazy when I'm playing my flute. I like to keep my fingers super close. So I go from D to C, D, C, D, C. Now when you're watching YouTube ads, and it says 5 seconds. How many DCs can you do in those 5 seconds before the YouTube show starts? D, C, D, C, D, C, D, C. Okay. Or if you are starting and you're not ready to play yet, do a couple of flip-flops of D, or of C, D, C, D, C, D. I like to tell everybody to do 30 each day. So you do sets of 10. C, D, 1, C, D, 2, C, D, 3, C, D, 4, C, D, 5, C, D, 6, C, D, 7, C, D, 8, C, D, 9, C, D, 10. Okay, and then you do another set of 10 later. What are the other notes we have? Then we have our F. Remember, F is 1, 2, 3, 4. These are ones you should be memorizing. Okay, make flashcards. And then our last note is E flat. Okay, that was my bell. So we're going to play this. We're going to clap and count it first. Okay, 1 and 2 and clap and count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Now we're going to show and tell. Ready, go. C, 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 D. F, 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 E flat. And now we're going to play. Find your sweet spot. 1 and 2 and ready. And that's line 8. All right, guys, have fun.